too many logos on one outfit. Picture this, a fashion runway taken over by designer billboards. While we adore designer pieces, wearing them all at once can be overwhelming. So the key is moderation. If you've got like 3 or 5 designer items, you can decide to wear just one. Always wear 1 or 2 designer items. And if you have to wear 2 or 3 designer items, they shouldn't be so significant. Like for instance, you can wear a designer watch. It's not that big of a thing. It's not that big of a thing when you wear a designer watch. People don't really notice the designs and the logos on the watch easily. But if you wear a t-shirt with designer logo, like for instance D&G, Louis Vuitton, and it's all over the place, like it's overwhelming to wear so many designer logos from head to toe. It takes your dressing from 100% to 0, from class craze. If no matter how much you've spent in buying these designer items, don't wear all your designer items at one go. It cheapens the designer items. I know so many people have spent so much money to buy designer items, but it doesn't mean that you have to wear everything on you. So I know some people do it for show. There's some people who really buy designer items because they want to prove a point. They want to show others that they are rich and they can afford designer items. But this doesn't mean that you need to wear all your designer items on yourself. And then this brings to mind another point. There are some people who go to the extent of buying designer items for carpets on the floor, for chair covers, for pillowcases, for bed sheets, bedspreads, duvet covers. Like everything in their home is designer items. You know, maybe wearing designer items as your outfit, maybe you wear it and you go out, you come back, you take them off. But when you put designer items on your chairs, you put them on your carpet, you put designer items everywhere, it's overwhelming and it degrades the designer logo. It makes it look so cheap. So please stop wearing so many designer items at one go and stop putting designer items all over your apartment, all over your house. This doesn't show that you're rich. It shows how cheap, and it cheapens your look, it cheapens your environment, it takes away your class. So stop doing that. So one point which I want to reiterate here: go for quality rather than quantity. I know designers, some of them really do quality items, but recently most designer items that people use, like you go to someone's apartment, you see so many designer items everywhere. Trust me, they are not authentic. They are really cheap. They are the cheap designer items because designer items are so expensive and they are like customized. Most of the time they are customized, so they are rare to find. So if you go to someone's place and you see designer items all over the place, that's a message to tell you that this is cheap and this person is trying to put a picture out there, like to show that they are rich, whereas it only goes to show how cheap you are.